is the first hour. I'm going to use the example for exercise 1.13 to guide you on how to use Excel file to do the descriptive measurement calculation that involve the group data, right? I'm going to use this data. And then the second half hour, I'm going to guide you on how to present your answer for your project 1 and also how to submit your project 1 through the Canvas site. Okay, so let's start now. So this is from exercise 1.13 question 1A data. Yeah. So you're asked to calculate the mean value only. Yeah. But I'm going to use this data to show you how to calculate the descriptive measurement that include the locality and also the dispersion measurement like mean, mode, median, Q1, Q3, standard deviation. All right. So at first I'll copy this data from the Microsoft Word. Copy. All right. Then I'll paste to Excel. Okay. Maybe I just paste here just to demonstrate to you. You can use this one or this one. It's up to you. You can use this as well. Okay. Or this. Press slow, the Excel. Okay. All right. So we already have the columns for class boundary, frequency column, midpoint column, and also the FX column. So the first measurement that I would like to show you is the mean measurement. Okay, how to calculate the mean if the data are given in the group data form. How to calculate the mean value, all right? If you look at the summary in your part 3, chapter 1, lecture notes, you may find that for group data, the mean value now is equal to total fx divided by total f, right? And this is the formula if the data are group data. So that means you need the information for total fx and also information for total f. So now the problem is how to calculate all these two variables, how to identify the answer. Okay, if you're using Excel, what can you do is, okay, you need to get ready a few columns. Okay, we already have the f column, right? So you try to sum out what is the total value for f. Total f, what is the value? Okay, so if you're using Excel, what you can do is you can use the sum function in the Excel to help you to calculate the total value. If you want to save your time, you can use sum function, right? Then you point to this function and click this function 2 times. Left click this function 2 times. All right, and then select the frequency values for all of the classes. Okay, then press the close bracket button and then press enter. Okay, so it's equal to 100. Total frequency is equal to 100. So what does it mean? So that means, right, the mean value for the denominator, right, this part, the bottom part, the denominator value is equal to 100. Okay, so now we want to get the total fx value. So if you want to get the fx value, what are the columns that you need to get ready? Okay, you need to get ready a few columns. Okay, additional columns are x. This x is referred to the midpoint value for each class. Midpoint value, so I can use this midpoint value for each class, and then the symbol that we use to represent midpoint is x. Okay, so this is the x column. Okay. Besides x, any other column we need one more column, which is considered as the f multiplied x column. F multiplied x column, which is using column B multiplied with column M. So let's try to do the working now. Midpoint, how to get the midpoint value for the first class. Okay, so the midpoint value is equal to the lower boundary plus the upper boundary divided by 2 of each class. Okay, so in this case, the lower boundary for first class is 10. And then the upper boundary is 15. Make sure that you use the upper boundary and lower boundary value. All right, and divided by 2. So the midpoint value for the first class is 12.5. Okay, so I assume that these 5 people or these 5 objects in the first class, this 5 frequency have the x value of 12.5. All of these 5 objects have midpoint value of 12.5. Okay, second class, midpoint value is equal to 15 plus 20 divided by 2. Okay, so continue the same process for other classes as well. So that means the third class, the midpoint is equal to 22.5. Okay, followed by 27.5. This is 37.5. Yeah. Last class, okay, if you want to ensure the answer, you can use formula, yeah, equal to 45 plus 50, right, divided by 2. Okay, 47.5. So far so good, huh? Okay, then the next column is called as fx column. Huh? So for the first class, what is the fx value? Fx value for the first class is 5 multiplied with 12.5. Okay, so that means it's using column B multiplied with column M for each class. Press enter. Okay. Second class also the same, using 7 multiply with 17.5. Okay, press enter. Continue the same process until the last class. Okay, this is one of the ways that you can use in order to calculate the fx value. Okay, another shortcut is you can do it in this way. Since for the first cell, right, the first class, we already created the formula for the first class, right? So what you can do is you can copy this formula for the remaining classes if you want. So I'll show you how to copy the formula. Okay, so for this cell, we already have created the formula for this, right? So if you want to copy the formula from N2 until N9, what you can do is, okay, you select this cell, N2, and then move your mouse cursor to the bottom right-hand side of this cell until you can see a black cross sign. Left-click the mouse, then drag the mouse, drag down until cell N9, and then release the mouse. Okay, so these are the values for fx for each class. Then they can set your time, right, to instead of doing manually. Okay. Okay, then the next step is we need to calculate the total value for this column, total value. So you can either use sum function to help you to calculate the total value for this column, okay, which is fx. So answer is 3130. So once you get 3130, you go back to your Microsoft Word, okay, and type 3130 to the total fx variable. Yeah. So far so good. Let's simplify this expression. 3130 divided by 100, you'll get 31.3. Okay, so that means this is the average value from this data. Okay, if the data got unit, you have to put unit, whether it's degree Celsius, ringgit, or hours, minutes. Depends on the variable of your study. Okay, so remember to put the unit as well for the final answer. Okay. And for your project 2, okay, you have to present your report, okay, your workings, all these are in Microsoft Word. Okay, so since you already have some workings in your Excel, what can you do is you can copy, okay, later on you can copy this whole table, all right, copy and then paste to your report, okay, in the Microsoft Word. Maybe I can show you one time. Probably I'll try to bold all this, the table, I'll bold it, right, using borderline, all borders, then copy and paste to the Microsoft Word. Okay, something like this. Then you can just adjust the column width for each class. Okay, this one I delete first, otherwise I'll confuse. So in short, in order to get the mean value for grouped data, you need to get ready F column, X column, and Fx column. F, X, and Fx. So far, okay? So far, so good. Okay. Then the next measurement I would like to go through with you is the standard deviation, because the information required for standard deviation is quite similar to mean. So I'll go for standard deviation first. All right. So what is the formula to calculate the standard deviation for group data? Okay, we can go back to the formula list in your PowerPoint slide this week. You may find that the standard deviation is equal to square root of 1 divided by total f minus 1, right? Multiply with total fx square minus bracket total fx, then power 2, yeah, then divided by total f. So you may find that you need the information of total f, total fx square, and total fx. Okay. So for total f and total fx, x we already have the information just now when we're calculating the mean value. But now the problem is total fx square, we don't have the information. So in order to get the standard deviation, we need to have one more column in your Excel. Okay, one more column, which is called as the fx square. So I'm going to add one more column here. Because there is no power button for Excel, so I'm going to use triangle 2 to represent power 2 temporarily, because in Excel there is no superscript function. Okay, so I just simply use triangle 2 to represent power 2. All right. So what is the meaning of fx squared? That means fx multiply x. So what can you do is you can use this column, the n column, multiply with m column. Okay. So for the first class, I'm going to use 62.5, which is fx. All right. Then multiply with the x value. Okay. fx multiply x. Okay. So enter, press enter in order to get the answer. Okay. So for the second class, also the same, using this number, right? Multiply with this number, this value, which is x. So continue the same process for the last class also, yeah? fx with this, okay, enter. But if you want to save the time, okay, you can copy the formula that you have created in cell O2 just now. Copy this formula, okay, for the remaining classes also. Okay, so how to do so? Also the same. Select this cell, which is O2, and then move your mouse cursor to the bottom right hand side of this cell until you see a break sign. Okay, left click the mouse, drag your mouse down until cell O9, and then release the mouse. Yeah. Okay, then we get the total fx squared value. So it's sum SUM. Okay, left click this. Or maybe you can just put bracket. Okay. Then select all these numbers. So the total fx squared is equal to 106925. Okay. So once you have the value for total f, total fx, and total fx squared, then now we can go back to your Microsoft Word for showing the workings now, right? Okay, this one I delete. Okay, so standard deviation now, the formula, you copy the formula first, all right? From your formula list, copy the formula. First step, copy this formula. Then the second step is to substitute the number into each variable, okay? Total f, how to get the answer? Total f just now. Total f is from here, right? From this column, total f value is 100. So substitute 100 to this variable, to here, all right? Then minus 1 is the constant number. We use minus 1 is because we treat this data as sample data. Okay, that's why we use minus 1, because we treat this data as sample data. That's why minus 1. Okay, it's from this formula. How about here? Total fx squared, you have calculated the answer just now, right? In the Excel, which is this number. Okay, so substitute this value into the formula. Okay, and then this part, total fx, and then bracket power 2. Okay, power 2 remain the same. Don't change, don't disturb anything. We just substitute total fx value here. So total fx you can get from here. Okay, 3130. Okay, then the last variable will be this, the denominator value, total f. So total f value in fact is the same as this one. All right, so it's 100. It's from this column. Substitute. Okay, so the next step is to simplify this expression. Okay, I would suggest you, if you really want to do step by step, I would suggest you to simplify this one first. 100 minus 1, you'll get 99. Right? This part we don't disturb, we just copy, yeah? Copy the total fx squared value, copy down. We don't disturb, all right? This one you can simplify directly if you want. If the answer is a continuous number, what you can do is you can round the number to 2 decimal places enough, okay? 2 decimal places enough if this number is a continuous number, okay? So we try to simplify this, 3130 power 2 divided by 100, okay, because I don't have the calculator, so I just simply use Excel to help me. So it's this one, power 2, right? So that means this number need to multiply 2 times, right? 3130 need to multiply 2 times, all right? Then need to divide it by 100 just now. 100 is the total F, right? So you'll get 97969. 97969 is refer to this whole thing here. This whole thing is equal to 97969. Okay. So at this stage here, I will ask you to check. Okay, you check, make sure that right, this value, the total fx squared value, this part is always greater than this one. Okay, the total fx squared must always greater than this. Why? Because the standard deviation and variance value always positive. Always positive, cannot be a negative answer. So make sure that the total fx value is greater than this part. Okay, before you proceed to the next step. This is the way you check your answer from time to time. Okay, if your answer is negative, something wrong with your workings, you better check again. Go back and check again. Okay, at this stage. All right, okay, then the next step is to subtract these two, and also divide by 99. Okay, since I don't have the calculator with me, I just simply use Excel. How to get 90.46. So I'm going to use this one, right? This is the total fx squared value minus this one. Okay, I can put bracket if I want. Divided by, just now is 99, right? Okay, so this number actually is the variance. This part, this one, the whole thing here is called as variance. Okay, because I haven't FCE. Okay, because I haven't put the square root yet. Okay, if I want to use Excel to calculate the standard deviation, let's say, standard deviation. How to do so? You can use this variance value. No, okay, you can square root the variance value. Square root the whole variance value. Remember this formula? You see this is the variance, right? Without square root. If you square root the whole thing, then it's a standard deviation. So if we want to use Excel, what you can do is you can use SQRT function. SQRT function means square root. Okay, SQRT. I choose this function, and then select the variance value, square root of the variance, then put the cross bracket and press enter. Value is the standard deviation. Okay, 9.11 is the standard deviation. Okay, I just round the answer to 2 decimal places, becomes 9.51. So bear in mind, the final answer for standard deviation has unique also. So depends on your survey question. Then you need to put appropriate unit also for the final answer of standard deviation. Similarly for your project 1, okay, both project 1 and project 2, you need to indicate the final unit, okay, the unit for the final answer. So in short, for standard deviation, what are the columns you need? You can go back to your Excel again. Okay. What are the columns you need in order to get the standard deviation? You need the F column, you need the X column, Fx column, and Fx square column. Okay. Fx, Fx, Fx square. So need to get ready all these columns in order to get standard deviation for group data. So far, okay? Any other questions? All right. Okay. So I'd like to demonstrate to you again how to copy all this data. Okay, this one I want to bold also. I want to use a borderline to make more tidy. I use borderline. Okay. So I demonstrate to you again how to copy all these workings, these tables, okay, from Excel to Microsoft Word. For your project 2 later. Okay. Okay, you may find that this is not so nice, huh? Not this one is not so nice. So I'm going to change this to power 2. This one I don't want. All right. So this 2 here is supposed to be a power number, right? So I can highlight this number and then go to home tab, go to home tab. And then you can choose this one, superscript. So that this 2 value will become a power number, right? Power 2. To make your presentation more tidy. Okay. So far, any question on standard deviation? So far, okay? Huh? All right. Then the next measurement will be, I'll go for mod first, right? Mod. So I'll go back to the Excel again. This one I'll hide because all these 3 columns are not related to mod. No need. So I'll just hide. This one I also delete first. Okay. So for mod, right? For mod, we cannot get the mod value directly. Yeah. Okay, what is the first step that we need to do in order to identify the mod value? What should we do? We need to identify the mod class, right? Because there are so many classes now. These are group data, and then we have 8 classes here. So we need to identify which class is the mod class, right? Mod class. So how to identify the mod class then? Among these 8 classes, which one is the mod class? Which one? How do we know? How to identify the mod class? Based on which information? Frequency, right? Frequency. So okay, how then? How to identify the mod? Which one is the mod class? Mod class. Huh? Which one?
Row 6.
Row 6, that is 30 to less than 35, right? So it's this row. This row. What's the reason this row is the mod class? Because this class has the highest frequency, right? It's 20. Frequency is 20. Okay, so this is the mod class. If this is the mod class, that means that the mod value should be between 30 but less than 35, conform. Okay, the mod value must between 30 but less than 35. Okay, but what is the exact value then? What is the exact mod value? If you want to get the exact mod value, then you need to use formula. So which formula we can use? You can refer back to the PowerPoint slide that you have learned. Okay, you already have in your lecture this week. Which formula that you should use would be, okay, I scroll out a little. This one, all right? So we need to use this formula to calculate the mod because the data given are group data. So we need to copy this equation. Okay, so I'll copy this equation now. In fact, I have created the equation somewhere near the tutorial. It's at the answer section. So I'll copy that formula and paste to Word. Okay. Okay. So this is the formula. I copy first. All right. Then we need to substitute the number into each variable. So you start from this one. L mod means the lower boundary of the mod class. Lower boundary of the mod class. So we go back again. Okay, what is the lower boundary of the mod class? Answer is 30, right? This is the lowest value in this class, in the mod class. So 30 we substitute. So maybe I can do side by side for 2 files. Okay, so 30 is because of this value, the lower boundary. So maybe I can use red color. I just want to show to you, 30 is from here. Okay. Then the next variable will be this one, triangle 1. What is the meaning of triangle 1? Triangle 1, if you refer to the explanation, triangle 1 means the frequency difference between the mod class and the class before mod. So you need to get the frequency difference between these two numbers, 20 minus 14. Remember the triangle 1 value always positive. Triangle value always positive. So we have to use the higher number minus the lower number. So use 20 minus 14, you'll get 6 positive. Okay, 6 positive. So how about this one? The denominator, triangle 1, same value. Okay, this triangle 1 are the same thing. So it's still 6 to here as well. Okay, triangle 2, what is the meaning of triangle 2? Triangle 2 is the frequency difference between the mod class and the class of the mod. So you need to compare the difference of frequency between these two classes. So it's using 20 minus 18, using the higher number minus the lower number. So bear in mind the triangle values for triangle 1 and 2 always positive. Okay, so 20 minus 18, I'll get 2 positive, substitute to here. Okay, so lastly is the class size. This class size is referred to the mod class size, mod class size. So since this is a mod class, so we have to use the upper boundary minus the lower boundary of the mod class. So it's 35 minus 30. Okay, so simplify this part, you'll get 5. This denominator here, if you simplify is 8. Okay. All right, so how to further simplify again, you can, okay, if you're not really good enough, then you can just simplify this one first. Okay, this second term can simplify. So it's 6 multiplied 5 divided by 8. 6 multiplied 5 divided by 8. So it's 3.75. Okay, check again. 6 multiplied 5 divided by 8. 6. 5 divided by 8. So it's 3.75. Yeah, it should be 3.75. Okay, then use 30 plus 3.75, you'll get 33.75. Okay, so you can check your answer to, again, 33.75 is that within the mod class range. 33.75. Okay, it's logic, because 33.75 is between 30 and 35, so it's logic. Okay, then at least it seems to be quite accurate. If your answer is beyond 35, it's greater than 35 or less than 30, something wrong with your workings again, you better check again your answer. Okay, because the mod value, the mod class is this class. So your mod value should be within this range. Okay, next measurement will be the median. Median means the middle number. Okay, because it's involved middle number, that means that we need to identify the location for median. Okay, so in order to help you to identify the location of median, it's good that we can create one more column, additional column, when we want to calculate the median value for the group data. We need to add one more column. You can put this as term column. Okay, you can name this as location column, is also fine. Okay, or term column. Okay, so for the first class, the frequency is 5, right? So that means the first 5 terms are located in class 1 because the frequency is 5 for the first class. So that means the first term to the 5th term are in the first class. That's the meaning. So I use T. T means term, location. Then the next class should start from T6, right? Because after 5 should be 6, right? To which term then? To, okay, it should be 5 plus 7, you'll get 12. Term 12. Okay, so T6 to T12 should be in the second class. Okay, because the second class value, the frequency is 7. The first class frequency is 5. So 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Okay, so next, third class, what is the location? How many numbers are inside? Okay, it should be 17 numbers altogether. It starts from T13. Until which term? Okay, you can use 12 plus 17, or you can use 17 plus 7 plus 5. 17 plus 7 plus 5. Okay, or you can use 12 plus 17. I sort out these 3 frequency value. So you'll get 29, right? Okay, next class, it should start from T30 to T29 plus 14. You'll get 43. Okay. So far so good, Okay, continue the same process. T44 to T63, 43 plus 20, you get 63. Okay, next class is T64 to 63 plus 18. What is the value you get? 81, right? Okay, the second last class is start from T82 to how to get the answer? You can use 81 plus 10, you'll get 91. Last class, okay, the frequency is 9, so that means the last 9 terms are in the last class. The last 9 terms are allocated in the final class. Okay, so which start from T92 until T100. Okay, so T92 until T100 consists of 9 terms. Yeah, 9 terms. So one way for you to check the answer is make sure that the last term, right, the last term, okay, is equal to 100. Is equal to 100. Total to is equal to the total frequency value. Okay. So this is the way you check your answer. Okay, so try to build the term column before we calculate the median value. Okay, I try to change to other color, change to black. Okay, this is first step. Okay, second step is we need to identify the median location. Median location using what formula now? We need to use this formula to identify the term of median. Why? Because the data that we have now this morning are group data. Group data, we need to use this formula, not this one anymore. It's not n plus 1 divided by 2, but we have to use total f divided by 2 to identify the location of a median. Okay, because the data are group data now. Okay? We have to use this one. Okay, so let us try to go back to our Microsoft Word to show the workings for your project 2, let's say. Okay, so we have to type. Okay. Median is equal to term of total f divided by 2. So copy the formula first for your formula sheet. All right. Then substitute the total f value. For this question, the total frequency is 100. Okay. So the numerator value is 100. Denominator is 2 is because median means 50%. 1 over 2 means 50%. That's why divided by 2. Yeah, 50%. So simplify, you get 50. Okay. Term of 50 is the location of median. That's the meaning. All right. So now we go back to our table again, check. Okay, among these classes, these 8 classes, T50 is under which class? T50. It's not first class, because first class is for T1 to T5. So it's not confirmed, it's not in class number 1. No, right? Median is not under class number 1. Number 2, the second class, no also, right? Because T50 should be greater than T12. This class, no also, it's not the third class. This one also no, right? It's not in the fourth class also. So T50 should be here within this range. All right. So we can conclude this class is the median class. I use purple maybe. Okay. This is the median class. If this is the median class, that means your median value should be between 30 but less than 35. Okay. Okay. So how to get the exact value for median? You need to copy the formula. Okay. Copy this formula. This one. Copy and paste to your Microsoft Word. Okay. Want to copy the formula. Maybe you can create the formula also if you want. Okay, so we go to insert. Okay, go to equation. Okay, go to the equation tab so that you can insert the formula. Okay, so formula is equal to L. Okay, this is the median. So it's okay. I can use LM. That means the lower boundary of the median class. M is stand for median. Okay. Plus what? Okay, it's a big bracket, so I will use this one, bigger brackets. Okay, inside the brackets, the first term consists of two layers. So I use fraction. I just want to show you if you want to create formula using the Microsoft Word, this is the way. Okay, so this part is total F divided by 2. So because it's using the symbol of total, so I use this one, right? Oh, because got 2 layers also. So okay, because this numerator also got 2 layers, so I need to change this to 2 layers fraction. This one is total F. Divided by 2. Okay. Minus total. All right. And then these I need to use frequency before the median class. So I need to use this symbol. The strict format. So this one is the frequency, but it's for the classes before the median class, so it's m minus 1. Okay, this part is the total, the frequency value at the median class. Frequency for median class. And lastly, it's multiplied with C. So I can use this symbol and then multiply C. C means the class size for the median class. So this is the formula. If I want to adjust the alignment, I can use justification to move the formula to the left-hand side. Okay. So this is the formula for calculating the median if the group data are involved. All right, so let's try to fill in the blank now. Okay, LM means the lower boundary, lower boundary of the median class. I'll do side by side, all right? For both documents, I do side by side, like this, okay? Lower boundary of the median class is 30, so substitute 30 to here. Okay, then we'll move on to this part. Okay, total F divided by 2 is 100 divided by 2, so you get 50 here. Okay, so the value for this is always equal to this part. Okay, here, total F divided by 2, 100 divided by 2, so you'll get 50 for this part. Okay, so substitute 50 to here. Okay, how about this one? Total F and then n minus 1. What is the mean? That is total frequency before the median class. Okay, this is the median class. We know that this is the median class, right? This is the median class. So before median class, there are many classes. There are 4 classes all together, right? So we need to sum up all the frequencies before the median class. Okay, so it's 14 plus 17 plus 7 plus 5. Okay, sum up this 4 frequency value. The total is 43. Right, 43. Substitute 43 to here. So one way for you to check the answer is make sure that the total F divided by 2 value is always greater than total frequency before the median class. Okay, the value for this part is always positive. Make sure the whole thing here, the numerator here, must always positive. Cannot be negative. This is the way you check your answer. Okay, this part must always positive value. Okay, then how about this one? Frequency for the median class. Okay, this is the median class. The frequency value is 20. So substitute 20 to here. To this part, the denominator here. Okay. Lastly is the C. C is the class size. So class size, we need to use the upper boundary of the median class minus the lower boundary of the median class. 35 minus 30. So it's equal to 5. Okay. Right. So now we need to simplify this part, then multiply with 5. So it's 7 multiplied 5 divided by 20 for this term. So you should be able to get 1.75. Let us check, is that true? 5 multiplied 7 divided by 20. Because I don't have calculator, I just simply use Excel to do the calculation. It's 1.75, correct? Yeah. Okay. I go back to here again. Okay, then simplify this part. I'll get 31.75. Okay. So median value is 31.75. So we check again with the table that we have. Make sure that your median value is within this range, 30 but less than 35. Okay. If greater than 35 or less than 30, that means not logic. Answer is wrong already. Okay. So make sure that you also have to indicate the unit for the final answer for your project. Project 2. Okay. Last measurement will be Q1, right? Q1. Next measurement, Q1. Q1 means the lower is called as the 25th percentile, same meaning. Okay. So if you want to calculate the Q1 value for group data, also the same, make sure that you already have the term column. Build the term column first. Make sure that you already have. All right. Get ready. All right. Then identify the term of Q1 using this formula divided by 4 because 1/4 is equal to 35%. Okay. So let's substitute that. Total F is equal to 100. So substitute to here. Simplify is term of 25. Location of 25. Okay, now we go back to the table we have. This one I changed to black color again. Okay. Location of 25. Where is which class is that? It's not in the first class, right? Because first class is for T1 to 5 only. So it's out. This one, second class, no also, because T25 should be greater than T12. The value should be greater than T12. So out. Okay, it's not in the second class. Third class, yes, all right. T25 is within T13 and T29. So that means that this class is the Q1 class. So maybe I use green color. This is the Q1 class, right? If this is a Q1 class, that means the Q1 value should be between 20 but less than 25. Okay, so in order to get the exact Q1 value, we need to use formula that we already studied. But we need to modify the formula from median. Okay, let us go back to your working again. Okay, we copy the formula. We need to modify the formula. This one I copy from median first. Then after that, I'll modify accordingly. I put here. Okay. Okay. Instead of using M, I'll use Q, all right, to represent quartile. I use Q. Okay. This one change to 4. This one I change to Q. -1 is still there, but I just change M to Q. Q means quartile. Okay. Q. C is referred to the class size for the Q1 class. Okay, this one I can adjust to left-hand side. Okay. Then the next step is to substitute the value into each variable. Okay, I do side by side with the table that I have from the Excel table. Okay, we do side by side. Okay, so this is the LQ. That means the lower boundary of the Q1 class is 20, right? 20. So substitute to here. Plus, okay, total F divided by 4, answer is 25. You already have the answer here. So substitute to here, 25. The whole thing is 25. How about this one? This is the total frequency before the Q1 class. Okay, this is the Q1 class, we know. So before Q1 class, there are 2 classes. So we need to sum up the frequency for these 2 classes, which is 7 plus 5. Okay, total frequency before the Q1 class is 7 plus 5. So we substitute okay, this should be equal to 12. So substitute 12 to here, this part. Okay, one way for you to check the answer, make sure your total F divided by 4 is always greater than this number. Okay. This term must always greater than this whole thing here. This is the way you check your answer, yeah? So now its logic is 25 is greater than 12, yes, logic, okay? If your answer for this part is greater than this one, something wrong. You better check again your answer. Okay, then here, how about this one? This is the frequency at the Q1 class. Okay, this is the Q1 class. The frequency is 17. So substitute 17 to here. Okay. Lastly is the C. C is the class size for the Q1 class using upper boundary minus the lower boundary. Okay. Then the next step is to simplify. So 13 multiplied 5 divided by 17. For the second term, we have to use, you can use calculator or you can use Excel file to help you to simplify. It should be, okay. Okay. All right. 3.82. So we just round to 2 decimal places. 3.82. Right. So 3.82 plus 20, you'll get the 23.82. So that is the Q1 value. We can also go back to your table and check, is that accurate or not? Is that logic? Okay. Correct logic, because 23.82 is within the Q1 class range. Okay. Greater than 20, but less than 25. Okay. Quite logic. Yeah. So for Q3, also the same. I don't want to spend my time anymore. So Q3, you can do it by yourself. All right. All right. So in short, these are the locality measurement that we already studied. Okay. Now I have one question. For CV, let's say CV, coefficient of deviation. For group data, let's say, okay, for group data, if you want to calculate the CV value for this question, let's say, so what is the formula you need to use to calculate the CV for group data? Group data. What is the formula to calculate the CV? Divided by mean, right? Then multiply with 100. So that means the formula to calculate the CV for ungroup and group data are the same. Right? So remember, for no matter it's ungroup or group data, the formula to calculate the CV is the same. So using standard deviation divided by mean, and then leave the answer in percentage. Okay. All right. So for, let's say we use this example this morning. So if you want to calculate the CV value, what can you do is to go back to here again. So let's say we want to get a CV. I use short form because I want to set the time. So in the exam or project, you should use the full term CV. So we know that the formula is equal to standard deviation. Even though these data are the group data, so we use the same formula to calculate the CV value. We use the same formula. Okay. So formula is standard deviation divided by mean, right? Then you can leave the answer also in percentage, right? So you can multiply the answer. You can put percentage. I have to put percentage, in fact, 100%. Okay. So let's try to solve this problem. Let's say we use this data set, all right? Insert. So standard deviation just now, early morning, okay, just now we already obtained the answer, right? So we go back, check. Standard deviation, what is the value we have? 9.51. Okay. And then the mean is, we also already have the answer, 31.3. So substitute these two numbers into the CV formula, right? .3, yeah. and leave the answer in percentage, right? Okay. So what is the answer you have? 9.51 divided by 31.3. Then you can leave the answer in percentage if you want. So it's about 30.38%. If you leave the answer in 2 decimal places. Or it's moderately dispersed. The data distribution is moderately dispersed, because the CV is equal to 30.38%. Okay, then how about skewness? Skewness, what is the formula you are going to use? If you are asked to calculate skewness for the data. Yes. So far, we already learned 2 formula, right? Remember the formula for skewness? What is the formula we should use for this data, for the group data? Skewness, which formula you prefer to use? Mean, okay, mean minus mod divided by standard deviation. So bear in mind, skewness has no unit. Okay, don't put unit. If you put unit, probably half mark will be deducted. Half mark will be deducted if you are using unit for this. There is no unit for skewness. Okay. So let's try to simplify the answer for skewness. So mean just now we already have the answer, right? Mean is equal to 31.3. So substitute 31.3 to here. Okay, minus the mod, we need to find out the mod value, and then the standard deviation just now is equal to 9.51. So I put here first 9.51. Okay, the problem now is the mod we don't have, so we need to go back to check again our workings mod value. What is the value we get? 33.75. 33.75, the mod value. So we substitute to here. So you have negative number, right? If you simplify this, it's a negative number. So that means the data distribution is negatively skewed to the left. The data distribution is skewed to the left. Okay, because the skewness value is negative number. Okay. All right, and during the lecture also, we also learn how to use the histogram to estimate the mod value, right? Besides using formula, we also learn how to estimate the mod value using the histogram. So I'd like to demonstrate to you one more time. But I'm not really encourage you to use histogram because sometimes the answer may not be so accurate if you are using the histogram to estimate. It's better to use formula. But since it's in the syllabus, I'm going to show you again. Okay, how to estimate the mod value using the histogram. So at first, I like to draw a histogram again by using Excel. So I highlight these 2 columns because we need these 2 columns. Right? The first column is the class column. Right? The class module, that will be your x-axis. And then your y-axis is the frequency. When you want to draw the histogram, your x-axis is referred to the class boundary, and then your y-axis is referred to the frequency. Okay, so I highlight these 2 columns, and then I go to insert. Okay, then I'll choose this one. Then choose 2D. Of course, okay, we need to further improve again the presentation for this histogram that's suggested by Excel. A lot of things we need to improve. Like let's say the gap we need to cross. Right, we need to cross the gap. So I'll show you one more time how to cross the gap. You need to move your mouse cursor and left click any of the bars. Okay, left click, yeah. Then right click your mouse by pointing to any area, and then you choose format data series. Format data series, right click the mouse by pointing to any area of the histogram, right click, then you should be able to see this dialog box. You go to get width, change to 0%. Okay, so to confirm, you just click on the diagram back. Okay, you should be able to find the gaps already being filled out, no more gap. Okay, next step is to try to draw borderline for all of the bars or all of the clusters. So what can we do is you can right click the mouse, then choose this one, outline, and change to black color. Okay. What else we need to do? Oh, the layout also not nice. The title for X and Y axis also missing, so we need to add. Okay, we need to add the layout. The layout also need to change. Okay, what you can do is you can double click. When you double click, you should be able to see some suggested layout for you. Yeah. Okay, it's chart design. We have to choose this one, quick layout, and then I'll choose layout number 9 because for layout 9 it will give you the space to write your X and Y axis title. Okay, since this diagram is adjusted again, so I'll go back and change the to cross the gap. We need to go to here again, format data series. I can change to 0%. Okay, to confirm, we just left click the mouse by pointing to the diagram, any area of the diagram, to confirm the change of the width of gap. Okay, lastly, what should we do is, okay, we need to add the title. Title, okay, for this case here, the X is, in this case, is class, all right? The boundary class. And then the Y here is referred to frequency. And then the title, the whole thing here, you can just put histogram. Histogram. If you want to further improve, you can also add the borderline for X-axis and also Y-axis. The X-axis line and Y-axis line. So what you can do is, for those who come late and who join late for this group, right? What you can do is, okay, you can move your mouse cursor by pointing to any area of this X-axis. Left click the mouse until you can see a small box appears here, right? Then you right click the mouse by pointing to any area of this box, within this box. Then we choose format axis. Then you should be able to see this dialog box. We choose this one, the first one, which is the fill and line icon. Okay, choose line and choose solid line, and then make sure that it's black color. Okay. So for the Y-axis also the same. You can move your mouse cursor by pointing to any area of this Y-axis until you see a box appears. Then you right click the mouse, okay, and then you should be able to see this format axis appears again. You choose solid line and choose black color. Okay, so now it seems to be the histogram is more perfect now, right? Okay, so how to estimate the histogram? Okay, I'm going to copy this diagram for Excel to Microsoft Word, all right? Copy and paste to Microsoft Word. Okay, so this is the diagram. Okay, so how to identify the mod value? Okay, you have to identify. Okay, which class has the highest frequency or highest bar? Answer is this one. This class. Okay, so that means your mod value should be between 30 to 35 because this class has the highest frequency. So this is the mod class. Okay, so go to this bar. Okay, then we need to insert 2 lines. The first line is, okay, I'm going to insert now. I'll choose this one, shape, and then I'll choose this line. Okay, First line is you can join this corner to this corner. Okay, I'll change the line color to some brighter color so that you can see. I try to increase the size, okay, of the diagram, so that you can see. Okay, this one, maybe I can use bigger, thicker line. Okay, use ruler to join these two corners by using ruler. It's a straight line. Okay, the second straight line, it should be, okay, second straight line. Okay, I'll draw B and paste somewhere here. So second straight line, where should we join the point then? It should be from this one to this point. Okay. All right. Then where is the intersection point between these two lines, these two orange lines here, right? This is the intersection point. Okay. So now we need to add one more line, the straight line, but now it's a vertical line. I'll insert one more line. Insert line. Go to here, shape. Okay. Start to draw the straight line again by passing through this intersection point until touching the x-axis and then stop. Okay. I try to use different color. So make sure that it's a straight line, vertical line, until touching here. So what is the mod value? Mod value is here, this one. Okay, the mod value is here. It's about 30, maybe about 35 point something. 30. It's not 35, but it's about 34 point something because it's less than 35. So it's about 34. And roughly, estimately, it's about 34 is here. Okay, this is the mod value here. This part, the mod value. About 34. Yeah. Okay, last one is the ogive curve. What is the purpose for us to draw the ogive curve? For the ogive curve, we can identify the median, Q1 and Q3. Estimate only, not so accurate. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to draw ogive curve again, and then also estimate the median, Q1 and Q3 by using the ogive curve. Okay, I go back to the Excel file. This one I just hide. Don't want to confuse you, I just hide. Okay. I change to black color again. Okay, for ogive curve, the y-axis is referred to the percentage cumulative frequency. Percentage cumulative frequency. So in order to calculate the percentage cumulative frequency, it's better for us to calculate the cumulative frequency first. Cumulative frequency first. Okay. Followed by percentage cumulative frequency. So percentage, I just simply use this symbol, percentage, cumulative frequency. Try to increase the width for both. Okay, I'll start with this one first, cumulative frequency. Okay, so for the first class, how many data, okay, have the value less than 15? Answer is 5. Okay, it's within 10 but less than 15 is 5. So I put 5 here because the first class frequency is 5, right? So for the second class, how many data have the value less than 20? Answer is 7 plus 5, so it's 12. Third class, how many data have the value less than 25? Answer is 17 plus 7 plus 5, or you can use 12 plus 17. So answer is equal to 29. Okay, continue the same process for other values of frequency, cumulative frequency for other classes. So the next class should be 29 plus 14, the CF value. 29 plus 14 is 43. 43 plus 20 is 63. Okay. Next class, 63 plus 18 is 81, right? Okay. Then the next class, how many data have the value less than 45. Answer is 10 plus all these values. Or you can use 81 plus 10, you'll get 91. Okay. And how many data have the value less than 50? All these data, in fact, have the value less than 50, right? So it's 91 plus 9, you'll get 100. Make sure that the last class of the cumulative frequency value is always equal to the total frequency value. This is the way you check your answer. Okay. Okay, next column that we need will be the percentage cumulative frequency. Yeah. Okay, so how to calculate the value is equal to cumulative frequency for the first class. Okay, divided by total frequency value. Overall total frequency. Okay, and then you have to change the answer to percentage. So we have to multiply this value with 100 in order to convert to percentage. So answer is 5%. Okay, fine. You may find that the answer is same as this one is because incidentally the total frequency value is 100. If your total frequency is like 120 or 40, then you may find that your cumulative frequency and your percentage cumulative frequency will be different. Okay, but for this one, you may find that the same. So second class also the same. You can use 12 divided by this one, right? And then multiply with 100. Last class also the same. So you use the cumulative frequency in the last class divided by the total frequency. And then convert this value to 100% by multiplying with 100. Right? This is the way you get the answer. Another way is you can copy the formula from cell R2 to cell R10 if you want. Okay, so how to do so? So you may observe that actually the formula for R2 is this formula, right? So you may find that the denominator value is this one. And every cell is using this value, B10 as the denominator. So in order to make this value consistent for other cell, right? I can put a $ across aside the B. Aside the B, I can put $sign, $2 aside this B here, right? In order to make this 100 value consistent for other cells later on. Okay. Okay. Now, how to copy the formula? You can just move your mouse cursor to the bottom right-hand side of this cell until you see a backward sign. Drag down until row 10, R10, all right, and then release the mouse. So this is the way you get your cumulative frequency value in terms of percentage. Okay? In terms of percentage. Okay, so that means that we need this column. In order to draw the ogive, we need the x-axis, which is class boundary. So I'll copy this and I'll paste somewhere here. Okay, so that you're not confused. Maybe just simply paste here and then I use values. And then any other columns we need the percentage cumulative frequency. So I'll copy this column, copy, and I'll paste somewhere here, right, on the right-hand side of the class boundary. When I paste, I will use value. Don't use formula, just the value. Okay, we need these two columns, so get ready these two columns. Okay, but you may find that, okay, if you start from this class, your ogive curve will be hanging. It's not touching the x-axis, right? If you draw, okay, let's say I draw. I don't follow first. I just simply demonstrate to you. If we draw the ogive curve now, we use the line. You may find that your ogive curve is hanging, right? It's not starting from your x-axis. Okay, something here is missing. So if you want to ensure that your ogive curve is start from the x-axis, it's better for you to add one more point, one more coordinate before the first class. Before the first class, add one more coordinate. Some students may suggest, okay, to use 0. You can use 0 as the x value, but you may find that there'll be a space. It'll take quite a lot of space if you start from 0 for your x-axis. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to choose, okay, which number should we choose for the x value before the first class? I will choose from 5 to less than 10 to make the class boundary, yeah, for the additional class have the similar class size as compared to remaining classes. Okay, so for the additional class, I'll start from 5 to less than 10 to ensure the class size for all of the classes are consistent. Okay, maybe I use gray color to indicate this is the additional point we need, so that your object curve will start from the x-axis. All right. Then how about the percentage cumulative frequency always equal to 0? Okay. So we already added one more coordinate. Okay, so now we can start to draw the object curve. All right. So what can we do is we highlight or select these two columns. All right. Then go to insert. In the insert tab, we choose this one, the line graph. 2D enough. Okay, you may find that now the object curve is start from the x-axis now, right? It's touching the x-axis. Okay, what can we improve? Again, we can try to add the title for x and y axis. So how to add the title then? We need to use this one. We have to go to the chat design and we choose quick layout. I choose layout number 10. Okay, for object curve, and then this one delete because we only have one set of data. No comparison be made. So no need to have the legend. X-axis, you can put class if you want, right? You can put class. For the y-axis is referred to percentage cumulative frequency. Then lastly is the title, right? Title is you can put object. And then what else? Okay, you can add the borderline for x and y axis, right? So we can go to format axis, add the borderline. Y axis also the same, add borderline. Okay. So this is the way to draw the object curve. Okay, now I'd like to estimate the median Q1 and Q3 from the object curve. So I'll copy this object curve from Excel to Microsoft Word. Okay. Because in the Excel, it's hard to draw the straight line. So I use Microsoft Word to demonstrate to you how to estimate the median and also the Q1, Q3 value. Okay, let's say this. Okay, median. Median is at the top of total F divided by 2. For group data, the location of median is total F divided by 2. So for this question is 100 divided by 2. Because we have total frequency of 100, right? Divided by 2, you'll get 50. So term of 50 is the location of median. Term of 50. Where is the term of 50 then? Okay, you can draw a straight line from your y-axis here. Okay, you find where is 50 from the y-axis. 50 is here. So this is the location of T50, somewhere here. Right? Okay. From this point, you try to draw a vertical straight line using ruler until touching the object curve. Then you stop. Release the mouse. I use other color to differentiate. This is the additional line. Maybe I use purple. All right. Okay, so once you have drawn the horizontal line, the next step is to draw a vertical line. Start from this point, from this point, all right, from the object point. Insert one more line. Start from here. All right. It should be a vertical straight line until touching the x-axis, until here, all right. Beyond the x-axis also okay. All right. I use purple color. Okay, so where is the Q2 value? Q2 value is this one. It's about 30, about 30. Okay, about 30. Based on the diagram, it's about 30. Okay, so this one, the y-axis is for you to identify the location of median. Location is T50, so it starts from 50 here. Okay, then you draw a horizontal line touching the object curve. Then from the object curve, draw a vertical line until touching the y-axis. So this is the median value, somewhere here, about 30. Not so accurate, but just estimate only. Okay, then how about Q1? Q1, we know that is at the term of 25, right? We have to use 100 divided by 4. You get term of 25. So term of 25 is somewhere here. Okay, so now I would like to draw one more line for identifying the Q1 value. Okay. At first, we need to jot down the location of Q1 first. The term of Q1 is where? So 25 should be somewhere here, right? Okay, I use green color now. So draw a horizontal line until touching the object curve, then stop. Okay, this line I'm going to change to green color. Okay, then draw a straight line from this point, from the object point. So I go to insert, shape, this one. And then draw a vertical line until touching the x-axis. Must be a straight line, right? No, it's not straight. Yeah, that's the problem for this drawing estimation. Sometimes it's not so accurate. Okay, so where is the Q1 value? Q1 value is here. Okay, this is the Q1 value. It's about 21. About 21. This is the term of Q1. This is the value of Q1. Value of Q1 you have to check in the x-axis. Y-axis is for you to identify the location only. Okay, x-axis will tell you what is the Q1, Q2, or Q3 values. Okay, so this is the Q1 value is here. So I still prefer you to use the formula instead of using object curve to estimate because sometimes also not very accurate if you're using the object curve. Okay, better use formula. Okay, so just already completed chapter for statistics. Okay, so coming week is a holiday. So no class for lecture and tutorial, no class. All right, just let you do your tutorial question and also the project one. Complete the project one. If you got any problem, you can just email me for coming. So the next meeting will be should be in week 5, Monday. We have the lecture, right? That will be 2 weeks later. When is that? It should be after the Hari Raya holiday. Monday, week 5. This is week 3. This week is week 3. So week 4, no class for mathematics. Okay. Okay, the next section is like to share with you how to present your answer for project because you need to submit your project work in week 5. Okay, week 5 Friday, 12 noon, do that, right? So how to present your answer for your project one? Okay, I'd like to show you a sample of the students' work from last semester. This I cross. Okay, I'd like to show the previous students' work. Share with you. Okay, my students' work is this one, team tour. Okay, I try to increase the size. Okay. Okay, so in your project, I would suggest you to put the names of your team members, okay, and also the survey question that you are doing, which topic, okay. Your group members who are there, indicate lah, all right, the name. If you have the student ID number, is even better. You can put the student ID number, okay. Then you can, okay, first off for section 1, you have to list down all of the 50 data value that you have collected in a tabulation form. So list down 50 data that you have in order to get 5 marks. Then question two is you need to calculate all of the descriptive measurements, such as mean, mode, median, Q1, Q2, Q3, standard deviation, variance. Okay, you have to show workings like this, something like this. Show the workings. Remember to put the unit for the final answer. So slow system. Okay, this is the sample for one of the groups last semester. Median, first quartile, third quartile, okay. Variance, standard deviation. Okay, then third part is you need to show the workings on how you build the frequency distribution table, right? So this one is the limit classes. This one are the boundary classes, and then this is the frequency column. So this is one of the sample that you can use to show your workings for your project 1. Any question on the format? Okay, so for your project 1, make sure that the file should be in the Microsoft Word file. Word file, have to use Word file. How about in terms of the font size, everything you can write? Okay, if you want to know the details of the format required, you can go to Canvas site again. Okay, go to Canvas site. Then go to the discussion section. The system is still running. Okay, go to discussions section. All the details about the project you can get from this section of Canvas. Okay, discussions. Okay, then go to this fieldwork project team formation. All right, so if you want to know detail, you can just click on this file, open this file, okay, to read through again the requirement. Very slow, say this, still loading, yeah. Okay, so if you want to know the format of the presentation, you can refer to this one, submission details, in terms of the font size, the margin, page margin, paragraph spacing, page number. Okay, so please refer to here. Okay. And also the late submission is, if you submit 1 day late, then 10% of the marks will be deducted until the 5th calendar days of the due date. Okay, then you're assigned with 0 mark if you don't submit your work after day 5 of the due date of project 1. Okay. For details, you can just refer to this document again. Okay. So now is how to submit your work. How to submit. Okay. How to submit your project 1 through the Canvas. Okay. So there are 2 ways to access your submission. You can go to. Okay. I'll use student view now. Okay. So there are 2 ways to submit the works, right? One way is you can go to modules. Okay, you scroll down until you can see project, fieldwork project 1, which is here. Okay, this one. So click on this. Okay. So you should be able to see this page. Okay. You can read the instruction, all these, read through. Okay. Then click on new attempt. It's at the top right hand side of the screen. I click on this new attempt. That means you want to submit now. Okay. Then the page will lead you to here. This is the instruction, the details about the plagiarism issue. If you want to read, you can read through. If not, then you can skip. Okay. So now you want to submit, right? Then you have to attach a file, your Microsoft Word file, the report. So you have to click on this button, choose file button. Okay, let's say I want to submit this file. Okay, so I choose this one, then click on open button. So you may find that the file already be attached on the Canvas. Okay. So here is for you to make comments. It's optional. You may put comments here. Let's say, sir, okay, this is one report. It's optional, this one. Okay. Here is, okay, you can send this comment to either instructor only, or you can send to the whole group members. So I would suggest you to choose whole group members, right? So that the leader can inform the members you have submitted your work, right? And then remember, you have to check this box to agree with the policy for this plagiarism issue, everything. You need to check this box. Okay. Then lastly, click on submit assignment to conform. So once you submit, you may find it on the right hand side, right? The system will tell you, okay, you have submitted your work on which day, which time. Okay. You can also check the plagiarism report as well. How many % the similarity index for your report. Okay, you can also check your similarity index. I think the system is still processing. It need time to check your any plagiarism issue. I need time to check. Once the result is there, usually it'll show you the color to indicate the color and also the percentage of similarity index. Still cannot show you. Okay. For this project, right, also make this they allow the student to attend more than one time. Okay, so let's say today you already submitted, then tomorrow You want to add some more information in. You feel that, oh, you want to improve or maybe some calculation wrong. You want to resubmit, can also, yeah. So you're allowed to submit more than one time, many times, as long as you submit before the due date. Okay, you're allowed to submit the assignment as many times as possible. Yeah, as long as you submit before the due date. Okay, so the last submission will be treated as your actual report, right? So I'd like to share with you again how to resubmit. Also the same. Okay, you can either go to module, you can go to module and resubmit. All right, or you can just simply go to the syllabus. You can go to module, right, and go to choose fieldwork project 1 to resubmit lah, right? Then okay, I'll show you one more time. Let's say if you want to resubmit how. Okay, so Canvas will lead you to this page. Go to new attempt again for resubmission. Okay, and click on this button to resubmit your work by attaching your data file. Okay, let's say this one, your sub report. So select this one. Okay, one more time, and then click on the open button. Probably I use this one. Now I'm not going to give any comment, and make sure that you check the box for this to agree with the condition for the similar index license agreement, and then submit the assignment by clicking on this point. Okay. Click on this button. And resubmit. Okay. So the system will inform you, okay, you have successfully submitted for the second time. All right. Okay, so some students may ask, who should submit the work? Only the group leader. Members no need, because if member also submit, then this will increase the similarity index of your report. Okay, because if too many people submit the same report, this is going to increase your plagiarism or similarity index in your report. So better don't, just let the leader submit. Okay. So some students may worry, then how do I know? How do we know that who are in which group? Okay, I'll check from here. In fact, I already assigned auto or manually assign the group team members for each of the project team. Okay. You can also check if you want. You can go to people. Go to here, people. Okay, then you choose this tab. Second one, groups. Okay, so you are in tutorial 4. So all of you, your group, your team name will start from 4. Okay, so I can show you who are the team members in team 4A. So 4A we have Richie, Jasmine, Sean, Yvonne. Oh no, you are team 3A, right? Okay, sorry, it should be 3A. 3A. Okay, we have Cassandra, Claudia, Arena, Olivia, and Victoria, right? Make sure that these are the correct group members. Correct? Okay, maybe I can go back to here. Leave student view. Okay, 3A. Correct? I think mostly are the online students, right? Correct? 5 students. Yeah, and then team 3B. Make sure that your team members are the right team members. We have Lance, Emmanuel, Ian, Elias, right? And Marcus. Yeah, then team 3C, also 5 members, Tri Eng, Wei Fan, Florina, Darion, and Angel. Okay, team 3D. Also 5 members already full as well. Okay, Adeline, Christina, Ryan, Pauline, and Prisley. Correct? If not correct, then please inform me. Because once I key in the result, right, for the leader, then the system automatic also will indicate the same marks for other group members under team 3D. Okay. 3E, 3E, who are they? Shania, Wen, Emily, Joanne, and also Darren. Yeah. And then last group, 3F. Jasmine, Esther, Defi, and Lyndon, and also Charlene. Okay. So I believe some of you already completed the data collection. Already completed 50 data collection. Some of you still halfway collecting data using the online survey or maybe through the secondary data collection. Okay. Okay, after you have submit your project 1, I'll spend about 2 weeks to do the marking and provide feedback and send the feedback to the Canvas site, okay, to all of the members. So you should be able to receive the feedback in week 7 on your project 1. So once you receive your feedback for project 1, then you can start your project 2. Okay. Your project 2 is based on the group data that you are going to develop in your project 1. So your project 2 calculation is based on the group data that you develop in project 1, okay, which is part 3 of project 1. So any questions so far before we call a day? Any other questions on your project 1? No, okay, so okay, then just call there. Thank you for coming. Then I'll see you in week 5, okay, after the Hari Raya holiday. And then for the online student, let me see any question from the online students. I think got one. Check. Okay, let me see. Any student for online? I'll stop recording now. All right. Oh, attendance. Yeah, please sign your name for this week attendance tutorial. Okay, let me check any question from the online students. No question. Okay, thank you, Wei Fen. So if that's the case, we'll just call a day and I'll just end the recording for this session now. All right, if no other questions, then see you. Bye-bye. Yeah.